today I'm going to be walking y'all through how to make my nachos. My friend Nikki requested it. It's one of her favorite dishes. So I'm going to show you what the end product looks like. And I will walk you guys through this very simple but very tasty recipe. So first we're gonna start off with prepping our veggies. We're gonna use onion, bell pepper, tomato, and scallion. We're only gonna be using half our bell pepper and half of our onion. We're only gonna be making about a pound of ground beef. So not a whole ton of nachos, but you can modify this recipe if you're gonna be making more, like if you were making enough for a party. So we're gonna chop up our bell pepper pretty small, and we're gonna do the same with our onion. Nachos is one of the things that I always volunteer to bring for parties because everyone loves nachos and it's really easy to make. It doesn't take a lot of time and it's not very expensive to make either. So now we're gonna chop up our onion. We're just gonna get all the skin off. And we're just gonna slice that up and then try to chop it up pretty small. Then we're gonna go ahead and put everything in our bowl and chop up our tomato and scallion, or green onion as Americans call it. We're gonna go ahead and chop up a whole tomato. This is aroma tomato. Some people prefer to use the canned tomatoes with the chilies. You can also swap that out if you're not a fan of fresh tomatoes. But we're gonna be cooking these, so it should be fine. So we're gonna heat a pan. We're gonna put a little bit of olive oil, so we can get the ball rolling on our nachos. So here are the ingredients, the other ingredients we're gonna be using. Our seasonings, our nacho cheese, and our ground beef. So first we're gonna brown our ground beef. Well, if I could get the package open. So we are going to break up the ground beef. That's about 1 pound of sirloin, ground sirloin. And you're just gonna break it apart. Then you're going to start adding your seasonings, your Tony Cheshire, your paprika, your taco seasoning, your onion powder, garlic powder, and chili powder. I forgot to mention I do add some chili powder just for the kick. Of course, if you wanted to go with black pepper or crushed red pepper, depending on your pepper tolerance, but I like the flavor of the chili in the nachos. So you're just gonna brown that and keep breaking it up. Get those ground beef chunks really small, and you're just gonna brown them. mix all your seasoning and meat together in a pan. Just keep stirring it. Make sure it stays broken up. Then we're gonna add our veggies that we chopped up. We're gonna mix that in with our ground beef. Everything looks nice and colorful at this point. And you're gonna cook this for maybe another 3 to 5 minutes. You just keep checking it, make sure it's brown. Ground beef doesn't take very long to cook. Then we're gonna pour in our Rico's premium cheddar. It's nacho cheese, it's canned cheese. I prefer it to Velveeta because Velveeta tastes very salty to me, and this is not as salty. But if you wanted to use Velveeta, you could as an alternative. But I really like the canned cheese. I feel like it's not very salty. So once you've gotten all the cheese out of the can, then you're gonna go ahead and stir it in with your ground beef and veggies. And then you're just gonna make sure it's like all stirred together. Once we've stirred it all together, then we will cover it and let it heat all the way through. That should take a couple of minutes. Once you see it bubbling, you can pretty much kind of stop. And then here we are. Looks like it's ready. Like it's heated all the way through. We're just gonna stir it up properly and get ready to serve it. So here we have our chips. We've already put it on our plate. And then we're gonna spread our nacho and meat sauce across the plate. Try to cover those chips. Oh, that looks so delicious. It's nice and steaming. And then we are going to top it. Now, of course, you could top your nacho with whatever you like. I like tomatoes and avocado and cilantro. And here we have our finished dish topped with tomatoes, cilantro, and avocado. If you try it out, comment below and let me know. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.